I'm Councillor Graham Campbell, and this is vlog 37 on Friday the 20th of April 2020, and a massive thank you to everyone across Avondale for doing your bit during the current lockdown. We're approaching the end of week 3 and at least another 3 weeks to go, but thanks to all of you for social distancing, for taking part in what is a national crisis right now and doing your part for keeping us all safe, but most importantly reducing the pressure on the fantastic men and women of the NHS. Since my last vlog, the vast majority of constituent cases that I've been receiving in my inbox have been on 2 topics. The first one being council tax, and I know there are lots of you across Avondale who are worried about and going to struggle to pay your council tax. I'll cover that topic in a minute. But I'm also receiving many cases from small businesses across Avondale who've applied for the small business grant who are struggling to get it. So again, I want to cover a little bit about this in this vlog. Okay, let's talk about council tax first, and as most of you will be aware, there is absolutely no provision in the COVID-19 emergency laws from either London or Edinburgh for the local authorities to provide deferrals or relief on council tax during the current coronavirus emergency. And therefore it is expected that everyone who's due to pay council tax must pay their council tax by law. However, what I would say, over my 13 years as an elected member here in South Lanarkshire, the council has been extremely sympathetic and willing to help anyone struggling to pay their council tax. So if you're worried about or struggling to pay your council tax, the first thing you need to do is contact South Lanarkshire Council's Revenues and Benefits Department, and they will come up with a plan that best suits your current situation. Over the last 13 years, they've done it with every single case that I've brought to them so far, and I know, discussing it with them this morning, they're more than happy to come up with a plan that suits any of my constituents that are having a problem paying their council tax. All I would ask folks is you show a little bit of patience and understanding, because the same team that are doing council tax are also processing the small business grants, and right now that is the council's absolute priority. Okay, and I want to talk about the small business grant, and that is the £10,000 for small businesses that's been processed by local authorities such as South Lanarkshire Council. When I spoke to a senior manager in SLC Revs and Bens this morning, as of this morning the council had received around 4,000 applications for that small business grant, and by close of business today, South Lanarkshire Council will have processed more than half those 4,000 grants and paid out on 1,500. That means that South Lanarkshire Council will have written cheques, and in fact will have transferred direct to small business bank accounts across the county £15 million. And out of those 4,000 grants being processed right now, 1,500 have been paid and around 600 have been rejected. And when I was talking to the senior manager this morning and asking why was there a theme running through the rejections, he simply said yes, the vast majority of the rejections were due to businesses not registering for either business rates or the small business bonus rates relief programme. Another common reason for rejection for this grant right now is where a number of businesses are sharing the same premises, but only one of the businesses is registered for business rates. Remember folks, that only the businesses that are registered for business rates and are in receipt of small business bonus, that's the rates relief programme, are entitled to apply for this grant. Again, I would ask for a little bit of patience on this one, because South Lanarkshire in the main are processing these small business grants within the 10 days required of them by the Scottish Government. There are a number of reasons why grants are not being processed within the 10 days, and one of the main reasons being that small businesses are not providing the relevant information requested as part of the application process. Please remember that this is emergency legislation put in place in record time. The legislation is also changing, folks, on a near daily basis as problems, as challenges are found as the councils across Scotland are processing these grants. So again, I would just ask for a little bit of patience. The council, I believe, are doing a fantastic job in very difficult circumstances right now, and while they may not get it right all the time, they are getting it right most of the time. Like all 32 councils across Scotland, South Lanarkshire are processing these business grants using a very strict set of guidelines set by the Scottish Government. So for example, if the small business does not provide copies of bank statements, the council is unable to check if that is a bona fide business with a bona fide business bank account, and without that information the council cannot complete its checks and will simply reject the grant application. In conclusion, I hope that this vlog gives you an insight and an understanding to what is happening right now in the council tax and the business rates department of South Lanarkshire Council. Again, I would simply ask for a little bit of patience, and if you are struggling and you are worried, feel free to reach out to me. As an elected member, I have access to the senior officers where I can ask questions on your behalf. But again, all I would ask, if you're contacting me, please provide me the information that I'll be required to get and take to the officers in South Lanarkshire Council, because without the information, folks, there's not a lot I can do. As you can imagine, my councillor caseload is at a level that I have never experienced in the last 13 years, and I'm doing my best, folks, to get through every single one of the constituent cases that are coming to me on a daily basis. But most importantly, I want to thank every single one of you who is taking this lockdown seriously, because you're not just protecting yourselves and your family in this community, but most importantly, you're protecting the key workers that are there to look after us if we get sick. This is an unprecedented time, folks, and I know that you're all doing your very best. So thank you for watching, but most importantly, stay safe, look after yourselves and your family. Until the next vlog, talk to you soon.